Yep.
Alright.
Now recording. I'm looking at the wrong panel. I'm ready.
Hello, everyone. This is Himself, and I'm joined today by my friend Snurple.
You want me to go now? Yeah.
Yeah, just say hello.
You want to be going by himself?
Of course.
Okay, I'll try to stick to that because you're a man of many names.
Yeah, that's true.
I forget what your last one was. Blue Skies.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Tell them about your podcast. We'll work on the name as we go on, but say what you want to call it.
I would like to call it. This podcast might be called Safety Valve, in reference to the functionalist idea. I forgot who the sociologist who came up with the concept is, but it's the idea that for society to function correctly, individuals need a place to release the steam and take off the edge of their lives. So this place is that place. Yes.
I'm looking for what the guy's name is. It's not there. Which served to allow discontented individuals to act out their opposition to other elements to let off steam, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I'm excited to see what your topics are. Because we've been talking about them for like 2 weeks about what you've written down that you want to talk about.
But before we get...
Go ahead.
Let's talk about who you are, Snurple.
I do not want to, but go ahead.
No, not who you are in terms of who your physical body is, like who you are on the internet.
I'm really nobody, but go on.
Everyone's nobody on the internet, but at the same time, they are who they really are. Because the internet is like the physical manifestation of the collective consciousness, right? It's like a soup of minds, discord in particular. And we all meet each other at different points, and people who have similarities tend to flock together. Birds of a feather flock together, and we have flocked together. Snurple. How long have we been friends?
How long have I known who you are? Since what year are we in? 2021. So let's go back. So maybe 2018 in the spring or winter.
How many years is that?
3? Almost 3? I mean, I was looking at the Plumpy stuff, and that went back to 2018. So that's probably around the same time. Yeah.
Plumpy is a friend of ours.
Yeah, I don't know how much you want to go into talking about Plumpy when you're talking about me, but it seems to be.
Let's stay on the topic.
Yeah. I just thought it's a connecting factor since you like talking about your collective consciousness or your soup of minds.
That's what it is. That is what it is. What else are we doing other than this is like telepathy?
Telepathy.
It is.
I think it's more like a bulletin board, and you just leave crap up there, and then everything is just being replaced and replied to faster than normal. You know, when you go to the grocery store, and you're going to the Tesco, and you look at the bulletin board, and there's lost dog, or I'll clean your car, or clean your house and shit like that, or do you want to join the T-ball team, or I don't know. This is all stuff that's on my bulletin boards. I think it's more like that. People just post whatever, and then people post over, and people reference things that were posted before, and then they stop posting on that bulletin board and they go somewhere else.
This is more immediate than that. This is
That's what I'm talking about. It's like that, but it's very, very, very fast. I mean, you're not going to talk to people in person anymore for a long period of time that are strangers, it seems like. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you have micro interactions with people all the time at the grocery store, or you go out to eat, or you do whatever the fuck you do. But here you're having these micro interactions with strangers, then you're having them again and again and again. And then they don't become strangers.
But how, when you no longer become a stranger with someone, it's based on these weird abstract forms of communication that we've established. Like what are you? Are you exactly their friend, or are you like what part of you is their friend?
Oh, I don't particularly use the F word as in friend. I think it's overused, and based on my experience, it's not a common thing. But
it's not a common thing.
Yeah, so I really don't use it at all. Unless I mean, I'll use it sometimes just so I don't have to explain all that preamble stuff I just said 20 seconds ago, just because it's easier for someone to understand, and I don't really feel like going into it. But for the most part, I don't really go out of my way to use it unless I really mean it.
Well, explain. You can elaborate here.
I can, but if I could count people I call friends, I think it would be less than both my hands. I'm feeling like I could almost do one hand. I mean, there's plenty of people I talk to, interact with, and all that stuff on a daily basis at work or at the gym or whatever the hell else, but I wouldn't call them a friend. I think that's like a different tier of relationship. And if you say it again.
You cherish the word friend.
I don't know. Maybe I more respect the word. I think if you say the word too many times, it loses its meaning.
Yeah, I can relate to that.
I mean, we can use it for this instance, but if you're talking about being friends, doing the air quotes with people on Discord, it's not a very common thing for me. I only talk to all of, I don't know, let's look, like 3 people, maybe 4 people, including you. And that's it. I mean, there's other people on my list, but I don't talk to them. I know them and I talk to them, but it's not like the same. Yeah. Maybe that's not very helpful. Go ahead.
I feel like I'm more loose with my, at least friend. Friend is the word I'm quite loose with.
Well, it seems like you talk to everyone. You're talking to people all the time about everything and whatever. You're like a super spreader. You know, you're coughing on everyone.
Of course, have I ever told you about my ideal form of my ideal funeral?
Your ideal funeral. Go ahead.
Yeah, I planned this out when I was 10 years old. But
let's hear it.
The idea is that so I die, and then
it's how you die important?
No, that how I die isn't important. This is about afterwards.
Okay.
First I have to die, and then
you're dead.
Once I am dead, my corpse is incinerated and like pounded into extremely fine dust, like as fine as you can possibly conceive.
Like sand.
Like sand.
Or flour.
Or flour. But that dust that is me, my entire body is put into the top of like a nuclear warhead. And then that nuclear warhead goes into space, and halfway it goes out of the atmosphere, and then it turns around and goes back in. But just when the tip of the warhead pokes through the atmosphere, I guess the atmosphere is too big for there to be a point where it pokes through. It just when it comes back in to the point where any explosion that would happen would disperse my dust all over the planet. This bomb containing my dust in it would explode and spread my dust on everyone on the planet and cause like cancer.
Oh yeah, you said something like this. This is insane, but go on, finish. They all get cancer? Why do they get cancer?
Yeah, but then, see, I don't know how this could be made to work, but I wanted it to work so that like, when people like got cancer from my dust, it caused my face to grow on their bodies. just parts of me to like come out of them. So like say there's a person walking down the street and they like a speck of my radioactive dust got into their mouth. A few days later they see my face on their ass cheek, just growing out of it infinitely. And this happens to everyone on the globe, so I'm like, I achieve a state of union with everyone on the planet.
There's a lot of going on. Are you done? Before I ask any questions?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Well, there's a lot going on. I'll work backwards. Actually, I won't work backwards because that question will make you talk the most. All right. So why is it a nuclear warhead?
Because it needs to be radioactive for cancer.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right, that's fine. Where are you gonna get the nuke?
Yeah, I would need everyone in the world to collaborate. Well,
So you need everyone to make you into a nuke, and then, oh yeah, I'm also gonna infect you, so my face grows on your ass, or your ear, or your chest, or something like that.
This is just my dream. This isn't reality.
Yeah, but I'm just exploring. And then, so then that happens. I don't know if you'd have enough mass to effectively spread across the entire globe. I mean, I guess if you really concentrated it, or you created a concentrate, and then you put one drop of dead heme cell in there, and then like that was enough to spray over all of like one country, and then you just did that over and over and over again, or X amount of landmass, and then everyone has cancer, and then you would be one with everyone. All right. Now I'm gonna go back.
Okay.
Or I'm going to go forward, I guess. And then, how are you not already achieving a state of oneness with everyone already? You already share the same planet and everything with them.
Ooh, it's maybe it's not a state of oneness I want. It's a state of everyone being more like me. Rather than I'm trying to spread myself, not be part of a bigger picture.
This is insane. But
idea based in egoism, or egotism, an egotistical idea. I had it when I was 10 though, so when I was 10 I wanted to be...
You want everyone to be like you, or you wanted everyone to be infected by you?
Exactly.
And what would happen if what would people do after they got infected?
It'll be like a dying planet. But it's just like
so everyone would be dead like you because they're infected by airy cancer from the nuclear thing.
Yeah, imagine if aliens come down to visit that world where everyone's just dying of me.
Jesus Christ. I don't know what I would do. I don't know what to say anymore. I'm blinking, so let me think. I don't understand where this comes from. Have you talked about this with anyone else?
I've told a few people.
And what do they say? The same thing I say?
Yeah, they're all shocked.
Of course.
They don't really know how to respond. But it is what it is.
Is this related to Discord and what is that what you're doing? Oh yeah, it is, because I said super spreader. Because that's basically what you're doing. You're infecting everyone you come in contact with.
Trying to.
It's just like, that it's him, he's back.
Yeah. Him is everywhere.
Yeah, like, the first time I saw someone say something like that, I'm like, Jesus, what do you do, like, when I'm not talking to you? You must have spent a lot of time infecting people. Do you still do that?
I think so, I do. I'm like what's the word?
Contagion?
A kind of nomad, Like a cyber nomad. I go from server to server.
How many servers do you have on your side bar?
I don't have that many open at one time, but it's more like I'll be in one for a period of time, and then
you'll move on
to the next. Yeah,
you'll follow the Buffalo West. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've got a few places where I like to come back to more than others.
You got your chosen hunting grounds.
Exactly. Yeah.
How do you even find the places to go in the first place?
They find me.
Wow, very deep. Yeah, but like, how do you even find them in the first place? Like, everyone who streams basically has a Discord, which is basically just a worshipping station. You know what I mean? Like, the streamer talk, let me suck their dick for X amount of time, so they pay attention to me, and that fulfills my day. I mean, almost all of the things I'm in, I don't even pay attention to. Like,
that depends on the way you get to new servers, though. See, the way I get to new servers is I meet people, and then I talk to those people, and they like take me to their servers. It's rather than I like see figures that I admire, and then join these servers. I'm horizontally spreading.
Yeah, I mean, that doesn't happen to me. I don't really talk to anyone. I don't know if I really want to spend all that time on Discord talking to strangers.
I spend too much time on Discord. It's like a half of
addiction.
Half of my personality is real, and the other half is like a spirit entity that lives on the internet.
Do you mean you're being disingenuous, or you're just saying that half of it is there because you spend so much time acting like how you are?
Well, what do you mean by that?
I mean, you're acting different in person than you act in Discord.
I guess, well, the internet is a more free place in the first place, so you can't do much of what you would like to do in reality, so you have to do it somewhere. So you
like
do it
what?
online. Ooh.
What's your favorite thing to do on Discord besides harass Aiko?
Talk about Jesus Christ.
Really? Do you really?
Mm-hmm.
Is that do you still talk to what's his name?
What's his name?
You know, the Cuban guy. What's his name?
Huh?
Fool.
Oz.
Yeah, Oz, yeah.
Not so much now. I'll continue what you were saying. Reach that level where they become, what's the word? Unintelligible.
No, he just seems unintelligible. He seems like he lived in the cave for 5 years and he just became warped like Gollum or something.
Sometimes you learn something in the cave, though.
Yeah, I'm sure you do, but that guy is literally insane. And I wonder how much of his personality is Discord and how much is it in real life. Just like you said before.
He has a spark of life in him.
Yeah, does he?
He does.
He's like you. He's spending time talking about Jesus Christ on Discord and posting conspiracy theory YouTube videos in that one channel. Does he not have a Discord anymore?
I'm not sure. Sometimes he just goes off for large periods of time and then you see him show up again somewhere else.
When was the last time you talked to him? Have you known him longer than me?
No, I met him. We all met in the code server.
Yeah. I remember he was there and he got banned a couple times.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. They're afraid of what he had to say. That's exactly what it was, right?
Well, sometimes he says what he has to say in an extreme way. But we're talking about people too much. Let's talk about topics.
Oh, my apologies.
It's not your fault. We both got drawn into it. But let's look at the list.
Oh.
First thing. Okay. First thing on the list. Actually, we can. I'll ask you how to do this stuff. We can start from the.
This is all you. Don't overthink it.
Fair enough. No. I want to ask you how to do it.
Okay,
That's
go ahead.
what I want to do. So
there you go.
We've got a choice between two topics to start.
All right.
The first one is the corruption of ASMR. And the second one is the idea that life is a hyper-detailed 3D animation.
Just start with the ASMR one, because I know that's the one you said you wanted to add, because I was sending you some video.
Okay. ASMR has essentially become softcore pornography. Any thoughts?
Just become. It's been like that since, I don't know how long it's been popular. Like 10 years?
No, it's been growing and growing. I've been seeing it change.
Well, it started happening like deliberately, like 10 years ago, maybe at the most, like 2012, 2011.
I don't know.
Because I remember listening to it back in like, geez, how long ago was that? I'm gonna look real quick. I hope you don't mind, because I'm gonna look up Veni Vidi Volpes, because she was like one of the first. All right, we got a 2013 one. That feels like ancient history.
In part,
She only has 124,000 subscribers. So
what
her
kind
first
of content was she making?
ASMR. This is redhead.
No, but what
She's
type
hot.
of? How much was she showing of herself?
Not really at all.
So there we
Just
go.
her face. She's really pretty. I don't know what she looks like now.
That's not really hypersexual. That's not.
2012 is one of the earliest ones. Okay, sorry, I got a little excited there. But so like 8 years. But no, she does not. She ain't showing her titties. I was getting to that. But it seemed like, when did it start getting like that? I mean, it was kind of more fringe like the entire time, like that kind of stuff. And kind of like over time, it was wearing it down more and more and more about what was, standard, I guess, would be a word. Like custom, like how it is. I mean, like everyone's video is different. I know you're talking about women in the first place, because you're not seeing some guys doing like shirtless ASMR workout, chest workout.
The guys are gonna record ASMR whilst wearing G-strings and put their crotches up to the camera.
Yeah, I don't know what like manscaping ASMR. Instead of like the makeup role play and the beard one, and eyebrows and shit, it's manscaping. But that would be their face at your crotch, not like the other way around. I mean, so or it'd be like point of view ASMR. You are manscaping me, or Brazilian wax ASMR. I don't want to talk about this anymore. But like, I'm just scrolling down the suggested, and just from this one video, and this is one of the OGs. Like, oh look, you got your girl Blue Whisper. She doesn't really show anything.
But she's wholesome.
Latte ASMR. She doesn't really show anything. That's a Korean one.
She's just like Korean equivalent of Blue Whisper.
And then there's ASMR requests. That's Ali. She was a mother when she was doing it. I mean, I wonder how old her kid is now. He's probably like 12 or 15. I don't know, because he was like a toddler, and she did a lot of. She was like one of the first, dude. Like that started like really implementing like heavy editing and really creative stuff. Like she made this. How you like sci-fi and your cyberpunk ASMR and shit. Well, she had like she had a series called. I have no idea what it was called. Yeah, and that was like the most like insane thing. That was like how like they looked at like Star Wars in the 70s and 80s and like, oh wow, that speeder bike chase through the woods on Endor, I think it was. Endor was like so hyphy, but like when I watched it, when I watched it in like the early 2000s, I'm like, what, Dad? Like this is like cutting edge. He was like, it was different back then. It's like that. Like her stuff was like cutting edge 6 years ago, and she kind of just retired. Here it is, departures. That was 7 years ago, and it has 4.7 million views.
Rightly so. Oh snap! I've dropped the bottle for my Lucozade.
Oh no! Don't spill it over, Mike.
Not the bottle. I dropped the cap.
Oh, don't fuck. We're focusing on the corruption of ASMR right now.
Yeah, they were.
The bottle cap can wait. They can wait. But yeah, I mean, just even looking at the thumbnails for all these, it's just their face. I mean, it's pretty standard. Like these are like the pioneers of ASMR. I mean, you look at those like family trees.
Yeah.
Like these are the ladies who are at the top, and then you got Ephemeral Rift. Like he's one of the OG male guys. Yeah, he's just
a legend.
This guy is such a fucking weirdo, but like he must be so. He's not happy because he's always being depressed, but like he just makes videos about whatever he wants, and he just created his own universe. You know, his Rift World, where he just makes up these characters and these stories that weave together. Like,
I don't know much. What's the overarching narrative?
it's like a post-apocalyptic world, and there's this Arkham Asylum, which I guess is based on Batman. And there's Dr. Clemens, which is a character who's like runs the asylum, and there's a bunch of characters in the asylum. And then he also had like one with like, one of the first videos he had was the Candyman. And the first time I saw it, because the acting was so bad, no offense, ER, but like it was just cringe. And but now it's like, you know, there's a Candyman. He goes over and he like, you know, he peddles a bunch of stuff because in the future they ban sugar and blah 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 blah. And then he's like the fast food man one time. I was like. But anyways, the point is, like, he just went a completely, like, artistic and, like, creative endeavor for his. Like, he's really, like, you know, evolving his stuff. I mean, it's kind of like improv or, like, a comedy, like, all of his ASMR, as opposed to, this isn't everyone. Okay, we gotta do those disclaimers and shit. But, like, most of the girl ones, and like I'm sure some of the guy ones too, because I don't really watch those. I don't really watch any. I just gave it up, and haven't listened to it for like 3 weeks. But most of them just seem very formulaic.
I realize they can get away with it.
Well, I'm not even gonna say that, but like, you know, it's makeup role play. It's 7 triggers that I found. Oh, I went to the Dollar Tree and I fucking found, you know, 10 weird shits, and I'm gonna tap them and slap them, and you know, also show my tits a little bit, and then you know, there's ear cupping or rubbing or whatever with oil or shit, and you know what I mean. And there's just like, I don't know, and then like, you know, oh, it's 2021, you better have another cranial nerve exam video, you know. Although that's not fair. I mean, like, if you look at like GB, she has a lot of different characters, kind of like ER, that she has revolving, but she doesn't really have like a story. I mean, there's like a light storyline, like think of like short stories. ERs are like short stories, but they all like really connect together. I mean, but I don't know. You really have to watch a lot. You know, think of it like, you know, they're like A-list, B-list, C-list actors. You know, like who's at the fucking top?
Z-list actors.
Well, that's what I mean. I mean, like if you're on YouTube, you're basically just an actor. You're like you're just part of the television for them. You know. You know what YouTube's first motto was? Broadcast yourself.
Isn't that still the motto?
What? Whose motto?
Isn't it still broadcast yourself?
Maybe it is. I don't know. It's not on their website. Not anywhere I can see it.
Oh. Everyone's
but anyways.
Not watching.
Yeah, but if you want me to go back to the corruption of ASMR.
Continue.
All right. Well, I was just talking about ideas because I don't really want to be like you know, what's that thing called? Scarlet Letter. You know, this girl's just a whore. You know what I mean? I mean, if anyone in general, you know what I mean? I'm just not like pointing fingers, but but if the people are buying, why not sell? You know what I mean? Let me look at my subscriptions and see who the recent ones are. I'm about to burp. Give me a second. Pardon me. Anyways, let's look. A lot of VTubers. We'll get to that later. Oh look, here's Busy Bee. I shouldn't name names, I guess, but whatever. There's Pandora ASMR. She makes stories. She's like ER, but a lot younger. We'll talk about the corruption of Scottish murmurs, because all she does is show her tits in every thumbnail. And also, she's really trying to rebrand herself by her real name. And she has a podcast now too, right? I'm looking at every thumbnail, and her tits are in every single one of them, bruh.
Let me see this for myself, for research purposes.
I mean, there you go. Oh, this one doesn't have her tits in it, but she has her lips really shiny.
Yeah, you're right. Every single one.
They're pretty much all the same thing.
The perfect shot.
And I mean, if you look at the words too, like this is like perfect marketing. Like this is really intelligent. Well, maybe it's not like super intelligent, like she's doing some groundbreaking stuff, but she's really leveraging her assets.
Oh man.
I mean, just like...
Do you think it's right though?
What's right?
That they can do this to us?
Well, they're not doing anything to us. We're the ones consuming and choosing to consume it. Like I said before, I haven't watched this stuff in like... I haven't watched this stuff in like a couple of weeks. And, you know, it's just, you choose to think. It's like masturbating, I guess. You choose to do it. I mean, it's a lot, it's very suggestive depending on the individual performing. I'm doing the air quotes again, the ASMR, I guess, but like, you know, just think of like movies. They always want good looking people. Do you want some like uggo fucking, you know, touching your ears or doing your makeup or shaving your beard or whatever? Like, no, get out of my face. I mean,
I don't know, that's not why I ever watched ASMR for back in the day though.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, you know, TRR de Aguelo, you know, that dude.
That dude, yeah.
That dude he's a cool guy. Like he has, you know, just like ER, he just interesting things. Like he does a lot of memes and stuff, and like he reads every one of his viewers' comments, and like he takes suggestions. You know, like, oh my god, his videos are kind of not stupid, but they're just you know, stupid ideas, and he makes good videos. It's really funny. But
does he have a Matrix video that I watched?
Yeah, he has one like, you are an incel ASMR and like you are a simp ASMR, and it's kind of like, you know, making fun of like the people who watch these Scottish murmurs things. You are a simp ASMR. Where is it? Here it is. It's a 50-minute video. I feel like this guy improvs these things too, because like it takes a lot of work to like write all these texts. Like that's another thing. Like sure, they're showing like their boobs and shit. Yeah, but like they have to write like a what's it called? A script, and they have to set up the camera, and that costs money to set up. I mean, you gotta spend money to make money, but it's just, I think it's more complicated than just saying they're a whore or they're corrupt or they're uncouth. I mean, there's definitely a lot of channels. Like look at Jinx ASMR.
She doesn't put any effort.
Well, no, she does, but like she's more blatant about showing her chesticles.
Still, like at that point, it's effort and.
No, I mean, look, you know how much work it takes to do something consistently. You know what I mean? Like the workout every day and stuff. Like these people are making videos all the time too. I mean,
do you think they're doing that because it's lucrative or because they actually are passionate about it?
I mean, think of it like marketing. Do you really believe it? Like if you get sponsored by frickin' Lucasade, what's your drink called?
Lucasade.
Yeah, that. I'm about to burp again. Pardon me. Anyways, you get sponsored by that, and you don't really like. I don't really like energy drinks. I don't really like caffeine. I mean, coffee's nice and stuff, but like they're like, if someone asks you like, oh, why are you an affiliate for Lucasade? Oh, you know, I work real hard. And drinking this really gives me the edge to like, you know, push through that 2 p.m. feeling. That's a 5-hour energy slogan. But, you know, they're saying, oh, it helps me sleep and it helps me feel, and I like helping people. Like, who really fucking knows why they do anything? But whenever I ask my dad why people do anything, he always says the same answer: money. And at the end of the day, that's what I say. At the end of the day, that's the most common reason for anyone to do anything is probably money.
The first guy I ever watched, or the first ASMR video I ever watched, was by this dude named Epic ASMR, and he made this series called Cyberpunk ASMR, and it was one of the greatest pieces of science fiction entertainment I have ever consumed in my life. And now he's like deleted all of his stuff off of YouTube, and you can't find it anywhere. But it was incredible. It had like a persistent storyline, and then it also had like the viewers could influence what happened in the show based upon what they voted for. And but towards the end of it, he was going like really meta with like it was like hard science fiction. And then shit happened in his life, I assume, and he just disappeared off the face of the globe.
In his what?
In his life, his personal life.
Oh yeah, I mean, just think like a K-pop star or something. Like they're hot. You're only popular until they drop you.
No, he didn't get popular at all. He had like only.
Yeah, I know. He's one of those like.
8,000.
There's one of those. I don't know how to call it, but like one of those niche ones. Like where like the real people watch this one. You know what I mean? And you kind of like discovered it by some random recommendation, and then you just kept watching them.
This guy, he should have like this guy should have been making movies. I swear.
Well, he doesn't have any type of social media contact or anything ever again. It's just.
Nah, I used to be in his Discord server, but I don't know what's happened to it now.
That's too bad. I mean, that seems to be a common thing with ASM artists. You see it with a lot with the girls. Like it's kind of like porn. Like they do a couple videos and then they're just gone. And then I look at my my liked videos, and it says this has been deleted by whatever, or like the video does not exist. I'm scrolling down to see the first one that comes up. Deleted video number 40. I have no idea what video it was. I wish like it didn't show deleted. I wish it still showed like a grayed out thing you can't click on it anymore. But that's the way YouTube goes. But in regard, I guess you want me to come back to talking about the corruption of ASMR.
Yeah,
I mean, like, there's always going to be different kinds of people having their interpretation of how they want to do something. I mean, ASMR really wasn't even a thing like X amount of years ago, like I said earlier. So people are just doing what they do. I mean, you can definitely see copy, because that happens all the time. Like they copy something else someone does. I mean, and then you see people like doing like retro ASMR because everything has gotten so much more technologically advanced with their editing and their lighting and their microphones and stuff that they go back to doing like simple things. You know who's like one of the other OG ASMRs is ASMR Red. And yeah, this tiny girl. This tiny girl. I had a crush on this girl, but she doesn't even she deleted all her stuff too. Like, and this one, she kind of looks like a boy, but holy shit! Oh look, this is the best of ASMR Red number 2, but like 2 hours long. But she's just like some girl like sitting in her bedroom and like making these videos like as a hobby, like. As opposed to like the other people, or some other people, they're like making it because they want to be popular. Am I talking too much?
No, continue.
Oh, okay, I thought you said something. Well, like
no.
She's making what seems from me. She's making these because she wants to make them. You know what I mean? Like this is like before like I guess Patreon was really big. Like. No one's really donating. Like she posted like I remember she had like an Etsy or something, where you make your arts and crafts and shit, and you sell them for like $10 and someone buys them or whatever the hell they do. But if you go to like fucking, I don't know, let's look at ASMR Glow. She has like a regular schedule where she like, makes videos 3 times a week, and she probably like, if she wanted to be efficient, she could probably make 3 videos in a day, and then she edits them, and then she loads them, and then she sets them to like when they're gonna be, this one comes out on Tuesday, this one comes out on Thursday, this one comes out on Saturday. I mean, theirs seems a lot more professional. Do you know what I mean? It's professional and like sanitized in some ways. In the procedure, yeah. I feel like it takes away a lot of the sincerity of it. I mean, I like listening to ASMR Glow. She's really hot. And I guess the fact that I had to mention that is like important, but like, I like her videos. I like her voice. I think voice is a very important thing. I mean, I can't think of other people I wouldn't listen to, but like, it seems more like an intimate thing, the whole thing. And I guess if it becomes a more intimate thing, you could get corrupted by it, because a lot of people say it's a girlfriend simulator.
It might be, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, I listen to guy ASMRs too, and I listen to like no talking ASMRs. I really like no talking ones. One of the things I don't like is when it feels deliberate. Do you know what I'm talking about? You know, like people they like unintentional ASMR, where it's like I don't know how to explain it, but like you know, like you get into the rhythm, like oh yeah, now they're gonna scratch it, now they're gonna tap it, now they're gonna do this. Oh no, they're talking too much while they're doing this noise. I know it's not a noise, a sound, but that's one thing my singing teacher would say. She's like, singers don't make noise, they make sound. Because I said noise once, she got offended. But the fact is, like, you know, like a role play, like, you know, like in a movie, there's suspension of disbelief that the movie's good and engaging.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Like you get into it. You don't think about anything else while you're watching the movie. You kind of get immersed. Follow? Like if you're listening to ASMR, like you can get immersed and like, you know, you're like, yeah. But sometimes like it's just like it falls flat. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of a personal thing in my opinion, but most people go by the thumbnail and the popularity, so they'll like, you know, ASMR glows like and Chibi and I don't know what other female ones are, but like they're like Coca-Cola and like Pepsi, and like, you know, everyone else is like freaking Tesco brand cola. Does Tesco have their own brand of soda?
Smart prices, I think.
Yeah, you know how like every different supermarket has their own thing, and it's just like, you know, instead of like Dr. Pepper, it's Dr. K or not the psychologist or psychiatrist, whichever it is, but like Dr. K for Kroger or and like shit like that. But I'm kind of going all over the place. My apologies. I don't know. I don't know if I want to say it's been corrupted. Although, you know, sometimes I'll see something that's so blatant and be like, what the fuck is this? This is like basically porn. Like, you know, there's like not safe for work ASMR that exists, right? That's not on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, like they're on the porn sites, they're like jerk off instructions and like hypnosis and like shit like that. And like,
I knew about that. I didn't count it as ASMR.
Well, there's a subreddit. Not safe for work ASMR.
I don't tell me too much. You're gonna corrupt me.
Not really corrupting. I mean, if you make it like, look, I just look. You know that? Remember that Valeria ASMR I sent you yesterday, where it's like the camera's up top it and it's looking at her tits. Yeah. Like she's really pushing it. Do you know what I mean? Like she knows what she's doing.
She just wants the money.
Well, I don't know if she just wants the money, but like she
knows.
What
does she want? The money? Does she want the attention?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't care what they want. What I'm saying is, they know what they're doing, and they're leveraging it. I mean, I guess she wants money. I don't know how much money they get. I know. Like you can subscribe to YouTube channels like Twitch now.
Or the member button and all that stuff.
Oh wait, I think the video already got removed, even though it just came out yesterday. No, it's still here. But like, also, you know, like. You see a lot of the streamers, you know how they have their Patreon and they have their extra channel and shit like that. And I have a good example after I mention this. Like, you know, you get more content the more you pay, and what does that remind you of? It seems like, you know, like a webcam model. You know what I mean? Where you tip the coins and then you get extra or personalized attention.
Oh shit.
Okay, but I have a big example. Do you know this one? Ginger ASMR?
She's new, yeah, I know her. I've seen it all.
Yeah, you see all her thumbnails and shit where she's wearing like a fucking bralette and stuff, and like her tits are hanging out, and look, here's jean shorts scratching. Relaxing fabric sounds. I mean, they sound good.
Relaxing fabric sounds. Yeah, that's why you watch.
I mean, yeah. Well, let me turn the sound on for a second. The sounds sound good. I mean, but like, there's her butt, and she's touching it.
Oh,
but you know she has a Patreon.
What happens there?
She has videos where she does like naked ASMR or shit, like, you know what I mean? Like, and she has like masturbation videos and stuff, and like everyone in the fucking like, well, this is a weird, like this. It's not weird, but it's like it's interesting. Like everyone like talks about like, look, well, goddamn, I guess I'm joining OnlyFans. She got a heart and a reply, and like she's like unapologetic about what she's doing. Do you know what I mean? Like she knows she's doing risque stuff in this. She has like a sanitized or like a PG one or a PG-13, I'll say. You know, she has a PG-13 YouTube channel where she does this stuff that is very suggestive, but she's also, you know, keeping within the theme of ASMR. And then she has one on OnlyFans where it's what people want. They just have to pay a little bit extra because she can't put it on YouTube. And also, you can just get them for free if you go on Not Safe for Work ASMR and you look it up. Like here, I'm in private mode, right? Wait, Whisper, Ginger, OnlyFans. Here, you know, there's a bunch of websites too where the guys accumulate all like the nudes from the ASMR artists and they're like extra and deleted videos and stuff like that, and they put them on there for free.
Fuck. Snurple, man. I think it's time we change the topic.
Oh, wait, one sec. Here, look. Here. Just look at this video.
I don't want to see it, man. No.
Well,
Dude,
I'll describe it.
Okay.
Can I describe
it? Cutting pants. No.
Yeah. She's wearing a shirt where she cut a bunch of holes in it, and she's wearing only her underwear. If there's something people want, people will try to get it for free, even if it takes more effort.
If you want anything on the internet, you can get it for free.
Well, I don't even in the internet. I mean in real life. Like if you can get it for free, people will try and get it for free because, you know, like think about like free shipping. Like, you know, like, oh, if you buy something online and I don't know why I did that, and it has like extra $5 shipping, you're like, oh fuck, but then something comes up and it says like, oh, if you spend $50, you get free shipping, and you end up spending more than $5 to get the free shipping. Like that's like pretty much all of Amazon's basic model in the beginning is being able to get free shipping and having it reliably shipped in time. You know what I mean? Because no one wanted to pay for shipping. I went to FedEx the other day to ship something to a friend. It cost $20. And I'm like, I mean, it got there on time, and like, I'm not driving to Texas to frickin' ship it. But it just seems very expensive. But if you can get it subsidized, then it doesn't seem so much of a cost. I mean, people like get daunted by the numbers, I guess. You know what I mean? They don't realize the trade-off. My dad would always say, if you buy something that's 50% off, how much did you save? I mean, look, it's $20, it's 50% off. You buy it for $10, how much money did you save?
Pardon?
You buy a pair of pants, and it's $20 originally, 50% off on sale. So you buy it for $10. How much did you save?
10.
You didn't save any money, you spent $10.
What do you mean?
Well, you didn't save any money. There's no savings. And I know you could counter argue with it, you know, like think of it against future costs or something like that. You might need pants a year from now and you're spending $20, so you're saving $10 in your future. But the idea remains is that they use these discounts as a way to get you to spend money.
Well, so you think they can like create an item from the start?
Yeah.
Lie that it's discounted.
Well, think about, here's another thing. They use ASMR artists to be marketing tools now. You know, like, this is sponsored by Audible. This is sponsored by Hangin. This is sponsored by some random CBD company. You know, buy my fucking weed juice and put it under your tongue so you're relaxed and not anxious anymore. I mean, it's the same as everything. It's a TV with commercials. It's just becoming more modernized. Like I said before, how it was just some stupid girl or a guy making a video in their fucking bedroom with some fucking random stuff on their desk, as opposed to someone with a professional fucking studio equipment making a video that they spend time editing, loading, and having, you know, people fund on Patreon.
Oh, this is like self-policing, but it's like self-advertising.
Yeah. Well, that's why I mean, like, it's not really corruption as much as it's development.
Shit. I don't know. That's the development in a dark direction and stuff.
I don't think it's dark. Well, it has to go in every direction. You can't tell it which way to go. If it's an artistic or creative endeavor, why should you limit it? Just because you don't like it, then just don't watch it.
I don't know. That's well. You're right.
But I get the same idea. Sorry, you talk and then I'll say what I think. My bad.
You're right in part, right? So it's like, really, if you think about the reason why so much sexualized content is coming up, it's because that is what sells, and what they're trying to do
Always
is
sold.
attention, right?
Yeah.
So that they can give that attention to their advertisers.
Yeah.
So it's not the erotic stuff isn't made for the purposes of art. It's actually
it's a
made to
marketing
generate money. So it's not actually art if it's made for advertisers. Well, yeah, it isn't.
Well, so you're saying it's less sincere. So,
I guess.
but one thing I learned from watching them talking about why when they make sponsored videos, well, one of them is because people don't use ad blockers, which they're kind of stupid for not doing that, because who wants to watch those shitty ads? And dang, I just drew a blank. Oh, they have to get their videos approved by the sponsor before they post them. Did you know that?
Oh, you're saying all these videos are approved by sponsors?
Yeah, so like, think of it like, when people are getting pulled from sponsors all the time because they're not woke, or they said something about black people, or they said, I support the president, or I support, him doing that. Or I don't support this. But they have to go through like a vetting thing. They watch the whole video, I guess, and say, oh yeah, that's fine. We want this to represent our brand. So it's like, I don't know. I'd have to pull up a random video, but I can't think of anywhere they're doing like, alluding to dick sucking ASMR, and then it's sponsored by fucking Audible. Do you know what I mean?
They're sponsored by someone, aren't they?
It's just, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it's a delicate thing.
Do you think the sponsors are like watching the videos, like making
Oh, yeah.
sure there's nothing?
I don't know. No, but I definitely know that the sponsors are out there watching them like freaking hunters, and like, all right, this one's like getting popular. I'm gonna start, they're gonna throw them a freaking Audible sponsorship. Remember when like gift boxes were like really popular, those subscription boxes?
Yeah, I remember those.
Where you get like 12 random pieces of crap in there for $25, and it comes every
so
month.
Stupid, yeah.
Yeah, those are really popular in like 2014, 2015, and such. But those were like a big sponsor, and then they would do like unboxing videos of those. We'll unbox your subscription box. Oh, and if you're one of the first 100 people, creating urgency, then you can, get X% off of your first 3 months with code ASMRtist, whatever their name is. You know what I mean? It's just, that's a popular thing, the affiliate link, where you're 10% off if you use their name, and then the 10% just goes to the ASMRtist, and the business probably just rates it off as a marketing cost. Or they create an inflated price, and the 10% is just a markup that they give to the ASMR, so they technically don't lose any money. Did you know that too? Remember we were talking about the pants?
Yeah.
Well, sometimes they'll, businesses will just inflate the price, and then they'll put it on sale, doing the finger things, and then it goes back to the normal price, and people buy that and think that's the on sale price. Amazon does that a lot. Well, they'll manipulate the prices. Like and airlines do that too. Depending on the day and stuff, and your cookies, they'll raise the price. Unconfirmed, but that's what I've been told, that airline tickets are most expensive on Sunday.
Why Sunday?
Because people fly out on Monday. Just like, Monday at 8 o'clock is a popular flight because you got to go to do your business meeting or some dumb shit.
I don't know. With flights, that's an American thing because your country's so big. So you fly around within it.
Yeah, who flies where and like where you live? Like,
unless you're flying to another country, then you fly. But like,
yeah, like no one flies up to like what is it, Edinburgh, or what's the other one, Inverness, or however you fucking say it.
I think I've flown to Scotland once, but that's really it.
Yeah, you don't fly. Don't you fly to Ireland? I know that's a different country, but it's part of the UK, I guess.
I don't think you have to. No.
Do you take a ferry?
Yeah.
take long? You know, like you can take
don't
a. Oh, look at it. You live there and you don't even go. Come on, man.
I don't know much about geography. Man.
I do. I'm looking at your map in my head right now.
Are you a geography guy?
No, I'm not. I can see it in my head. Like it's, there's England, there's Scotland up there, there's Wales on the west, there's Ireland, there's North Ireland. Am I missing one? Isn't there some island or some little tiny island or some shit? Isle of Man. No, that's down there, I think. But
I'm like a geography guy, right?
I don't know. You guys also have like the Strait of Gibraltar, which is like between Morocco and Spain.
Wait,
I
what? Gibraltar? I've never heard of this. You know more about this country than me.
I only know about it because Sargoy was talking about it. Gibraltar. British Overseas Territory, southern tip of the Iberian Peninsula.
Yeah.
It's like right under Spain. Doesn't make any sense, but you guys own it. Look at that. I don't know how we got there from ASMR. People live their lives. It looks kind of cool. It looks like a city-state that you see in like a fantasy or like old movie, as in like about like history, like 2,000 years ago. Like they're going to frickin' Babylon or something. I mean, like, it's just like they just chose this advantageous geography. You know the word. This advantageous position. Yeah, but they can defend by sea, and there's only one place in and out. You know, so like if they get sieged or whatever, it's impossible to like take them. And then that looks really cool. I'd go there. It reminds me of, I know it's in the Mediterranean, but it reminds me of like Italy and like Greece and stuff. How they have, and like I guess Croatia too, where they have all this stuff along the rocky coast. Interesting. But yeah, if you want a summary for what we talked about with ASMR, we kind of talked all over the place. There's not really a definite answer, but based on what I say, what do you think? If
I could find it, I just wanted to talk about it.
What was your original question anyway?
It wasn't really a question, it was just a topic to talk about for a period of time.
I just want to make sure I did my whole 5-paragraph thing where you got your intro, your 3 supporting your intro, your thesis, your 3 supporting things, and then your conclusion.
Now this isn't that kind of podcast. This is just
no, but that's in my head. That's how I wanted to organize it. But I don't know. I don't think it's something. I mean, I listen to it all the time for like the last how many years? Like 7, 8 years. I mean, it's just good background noise. But at the same time, it's like programming your mind.
All right.
Now recording.
So, the second part of this episode will focus on the idea of life being a 3D animation or not, if that question makes sense. Does it make sense though?
No, it does not. But
why doesn't it make sense? What are your problems with the idea of it?
Like you said before, but it's not here. I'm holding up my hands in kind of like a feudal gesture. I did that verbal tick. I don't know. It's not being drawn by anyone but yourself, I think. I guess it's being influenced by other people, but 3D animation makes me think of a movie, like we said before, but it's not here. It's over there. If I'm looking on a normal basis, it's not an animation, it's just something that's happening. And it's always happening, like you said with your animation, like I said with my animation, it's on a train track and it's set and it's fixed for a set duration and stuff. It only seems infinite and endless possibility, like when you're watching it for the first time. And then I guess you could say something in return that like you only live once, so you only seen life for the first time. So maybe it's just an animation.
I think the fact that I said an animation it brought up feelings for you about a lack of control. And that's why
Are you going to be a psychologist now? You're going to, am I sure I lay down?
No, I'm just saying, it's like, you, with your response, I feel like you assumed that the problem here was the idea that that life wasn't in control of the individual, which that's not necessarily what I'm trying to address, because people are arguably in control of their lives, let's say they are.
Okay.
What I meant when I said life is a 3D animation is, it's like, I actually meant that it's exactly like so say we, in our world, in our human society, we've created computers upon which we can run like 3D, we can actually make 3D animation, like animation as an art form, you know?
Yeah. So you say this is being created by a computer somewhere?
Not necessarily a computer, but I think a lot of things we like, for example, planes, a lot of the things we create are reverse engineered from life. So planes, we created planes, but when we made them, they'll be based heavily off of like how birds fly.
True.
And in the same way.
Well, which came first, people being alive or 3D animation?
I see you're saying that. Actually, if you say your life is a 4D animation, if you wanted to make it unnecessarily weird, but I would say people were alive, and then we replicated our experience of life with our 3D animations.
You're gonna say like how art imitates life or whatever?
Yes.
Or is it life imitates art? I forget which way it goes.
I would say life is art that imitates itself.
That imitates itself.
And that's how, when we create, we're just imitating what we see, but changing it, modifying it slightly. But when we modify things, we just add different things from other things. Like there's nothing new under the sun.
There's nothing new under the sun.
Yeah, that's from the Bible, Ecclesiastes.
What does that mean?
It means people think they create, but really what humans do is we just reorganize pre-existing information and matter.
Yeah.
So.
There's nothing new? Okay. So, I'll try not to be antagonistic or whatever. So, whenever that was written, 2020 years ago, whatever the hell, there's no idea of a computer. There's no idea of a spaceship. I mean, they didn't know that there was fucking, what was it? The heliocentric or what's the other one where the Earth is the center?
Heliocentric model.
Yeah. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that wasn't.
What I would say is, what that statement is trying to put across is that whilst we've created new ways of solving kind of problems, or new ways to, the problems themselves have always existed. Like people have always wanted to fly, for example. Mm-hmm. But then as time has progressed, we've developed on, like, in the past, say people would like believe in things like magic, and believe through the power of magic they could learn how to fly.
Okay.
Now people believe in technology, and they use technology to achieve the goal of flight. But the kind of thing is that if you think about how everyone is, personally, we're all following similar stories to each other in our personal worlds. So people who decide to like go into engineering, aeronautical engineering, for example, they have the same spark inside them of that desire to fly, or that desire to make flight possible. as someone who is in the past and decides because the society hasn't progressed far enough, so that they're taught that there's an avenue to pursue the ability to fly through science. They personally try and achieve it through magic, but the real things that like the themes of life are actually psychological, and just the themes of life are contained by our desires, not by reality. Reality is like the expression of desire.
So it's nature and not nurture.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know, you're saying the people are the same, it's just that what they're born into is what's different, and how they interact with that.
Yeah, people are like, we just come and go. There's been so many of us throughout history, right?
Mm-hmm.
And every night we're born, like I was born into this world, and I was born into a world with like phones and TVs and I don't know, houses. But I could have just as easily been born into like a world a few hundred years ago where they were like living in huts. Well, a few million years ago. Not million, that's too far. A few 100,000 years ago.
Like 10,000 years ago, just say.
Yeah, 10,000 years ago.
Yeah, well, you know what some people would be thinking?
What?
In 3,000 years, like year 3,000 or some shit like that. They're thinking like, oh shit, how do people in the 2020 live? Like they live, you know what I mean? They didn't have this, they didn't have that, they didn't have this. I think
really?
it's just, go ahead.
Nothing's really changing. Like everyone is still living the same stories. It's just
we don't change.
Yeah, like everyone. Well, at least for now, because we haven't really broken the human cycle.
Oh, yeah. The transhuman stuff.
Yeah, when people start getting transhuman, then they're no longer. Then you're.
I wouldn't do that.
Human. You said you wouldn't do it?
No, I wouldn't do that shit.
Me too. I'm a naturalist.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be a cyborg.
That's when the human life cycle actually changes. So like throughout history up until now, people what they get born, they find if you disregard all of the outside technological parts to life, people get born, they sustain themselves somehow, maybe through work, and then find a partner and reproduce. And the only reason we're here now is because everyone before us has followed that cycle.
Don't break the chain.
I'm gonna end the chain with myself. However, but what I'm trying to say is that it's people just replicating the same pattern, and everything else apart from that is just inconsequential hubbub. Like it's just immature.
What's inconsequential?
The parts of life that aren't be born, reproduce, be born, reproduce, be born, reproduce.
I got it. Just as long as you survive, that's all that matters.
No, it's not all that matters. It could be all that. Ah man, what am I trying to say?
I'll wait.
Not that I'm not going to do it in my own life, because I don't think it's all that matters. I think the world would have ended sooner if people stopped doing it early.
What do you mean? You're not going to reproduce, or you're...
If people stopped following their cycle.
Okay, so you want them not to follow their cycle?
This links to my other beliefs, which I don't want to get into in this episode. However,
you can foreshadow to them.
There's something I want to happen that will only happen when humanity has reached end.
An end?
Yeah.
Why do you want it to end, and what would the end be?
The end will be the start of a new beginning.
Yeah? What's that new beginning instead of being called an end?
It'll be an end to the old system.
And what would the new system be?
Utopia.
What does that even mean?
That's a good question. I don't want to get into it.
Like, give me a 5-sentence or less summary of what you mean.
A utopia is the thing that will exist once objective truth has been established.
God, you're getting too fucking inflated, but go on. I don't mean to judge.
Yeah. But let's not get into this in this episode. Another time.
Yeah, we'll leave that valve closed.
Yeah, we'll leave that valve closed. But that's not where.
Oh, can I say something?
Of course.
I think you're getting a little muddled up in this like cycle thing. I mean, I guess not I guess. I mean, I understand you're the result of how many people reproducing successfully, but I mean, it's just human nature to do that, and I don't think you're going to change human nature in some miraculous way where they act differently.
Oh no, it's change human nature.
Go on.
There are parts of human nature that are undesirable.
Like what? Give me one.
Would you say that evil is part of human nature?
What is evil?
What is evil? Well, do you believe in morality?
I shrugged there. My bad. I don't know. What do you mean by morality? Like right and wrong?
Yeah.
I mean, you interpret it, depends on where you are and where you're from and all that stuff. What you think right and wrong is. Oh, it's Casey. Oh,
yeah,
my bad.
Yeah, it's your podcast they're doing.
Yeah.
Shit, am I disturbing your podcast?
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, shit.
Shit, Casey.
Sorry guys!
Casey, do you mind if I leave your name in?
My name?
Mm-hmm.
That's fine.
Just your first name. Okay. See you.
So wait,
Tell C I said that.
Ah, a few minutes.
enjoy.
Cool, yeah.
What does he want?
He wants to go see the stars.
Dude, don't leave him waiting. But go on,
Yeah.
finish your morality, objective truth, utopia, where you spread cancer on everyone and change the
No,
fate
no.
of human nature.
I know, I'm not trying to do this personally. This is not... No, you misunderstand.
I clearly I do.
So... Ah man, where was I?
Talking about, do you believe in morality, right and wrong?
Yeah, do you believe in...
I said it depends on where you're from, what's right and wrong.
Do you think that's actually the truth?
What do you mean the truth?
Do you believe
Sorry,
in...
I'm acting like Jordan Peterson now. What do you mean by the truth? I mean, sorry, it just depends on how you apply it to every situation. I mean, if you say, I'm sitting at my computer right now with my headphones on talking to you, then that would be true.
Would it?
If say I'm in the loo right now taking a dump, I'd be like, that would not be true. I mean,
In order for me to believe that,
yeah.
I would have to trust that you're telling the truth.
Yep. And you know what? Both of them are not true. I'm sitting in bed right now. But by saying it's either one or the other, you know, it makes it sound like one is and one isn't.
But there's like, don't you see that proves that there is a truth?
And there is. I just didn't tell you until I felt like telling you.
Exactly.
It's like what my someone I talked to said. He said, you know, when people are having a conflict, there's 3 points of view: what he said, what she said, and then what really happened. I mean,
But something really happened, right?
Yeah, but everyone has their biases and point of views and shit, so you can't really be, as I guess the word's objective. I mean, you can try as much as possible, but everyone always has a bias no matter what.
But is it ideal? Is it
Which
ideal for everyone is it ideal for everyone to be dedicated
to try to be
telling
that?
things as they objectively happen?
I mean, no, I don't want everyone to be the same. And two,
This isn't about everyone being the same. This is do you think everyone should be dedicated to telling the truth?
well, that would make them the same in how they handle morality.
So you think people shouldn't be the same, at least morally?
No, that makes things interesting.
No, it's not.
I think it's interesting. I mean, think about it like a story. You know, if everyone had the same inclinations, it'd just be the same crap. There'd be no conflict.
You think conflict should exist?
Yeah, I think it makes things interesting. I think conflict should always exist. I mean, what else are you doing? Like, oh, you all hold hands and, you know, living life like yeehaw. I mean, you have conflict, then you don't have conflict. Like, you can't have conflict without no conflict.
Are you sure you actually like conflict?
I mean, I don't really. If you say conflict like confrontation, or you know, like your wife screaming at you because you came home late or thinks you're cheating or something like that, then probably not. But I mean, if you're doing like a competition, you know, like you're having a karate tournament or something. I said that because I'm watching Cobra Kai, and you know, you want to win, you want to prove that and so you want to fight a strong opponent. I mean,
but doesn't that have to be based on like underlying rules? Like, for example, if you're in a competition,
yeah,
a karate competition,
yeah,
wouldn't you want both sides to be dedicated to not cheating?
I mean, that's true that, you know, there's rules and stuff, but like,
would you say that if both sides don't agree to not cheat, would you say that would make, or rather, would you say that agreeing not to cheat within this competition is making the competition boring?
No, I mean,
So how comes when it comes to a standard of morality, you said that it would be boring for everyone to have the same standard of morality?
Well, I think if everyone makes the same decisions in every situation, it'd be boring.
No, not every situation is dictated by morality. Like, it's not moral to choose between a pepperoni pizza and a vegetable pizza.
Yeah, if you think like a moral compass is what guides everyone, if everyone would just be heading in the same direction, I think it'd be boring.
Not necessarily. Like you said, like the only things that morality is more like a foundation upon which then individuality can exist. But morality is the best foundation for it.
Once again, in case I'm frustrating you by not answering how you like, I don't really think about these kind of things. But, and so I don't have that much of a background knowledge, but just from what I think, I mean, if everyone had the same foundation, I mean, no one has the same foundation that I know of. They have similar foundations, I guess, similar experiences or whatever, but they don't have the same exact basis. I mean, I guess you could say something like, you know, a computer, like an AI or something, has the same base programming, and depending on who interacts with it would affect how it interprets and develops. You know, like that Tay robot, the Tay AI robot.
I don't know what it does.
Oh, it's something on Twitter that Microsoft made. It's called Tay. And they put it on and it talks to people on Twitter. Well, you know what poll is on 4chan?
Yep.
Well, they started sending a bunch of Nazi propaganda and all this other stuff, and it became a virulent, like, racist and like misogynist and a bunch of other stuff. It like became like an epitome, the epitome of like what goes on that board. And it was like in the span of like 24 hours that Microsoft would have to take it down. and change its programming and like dumb it down and then put it back up.
Done.
But that's just what it makes me think of when you say like a same, what's it called? The same
Moral
foundation.
foundation.
Yeah. I mean, then it would just depend on who they interact with. And it'd be the same as like where we started. I mean, I guess you're born and you have the same foundation and like, you know what I mean? Everyone's born already with the same foundation, you know, I mean, you're a baby and then from that square one, it's like however your parents treat you and however your siblings treat you and however your neighbors treat you and however your fellow students or whatever treat you. It goes from there. I mean, you monkey see, monkey do.
Is that all you think humans are, than just imitators of the person next to them?
Well, I mean, I guess you could relate to how you said before that there's no original new thoughts or ideas or something.
I know, but if that's the case, then if there's no original thought amongst human beings, but all we are is imitators, and that means someone had to start the chain.
Maybe you could say it's like a virus.
Where did it start?
Well, I don't really worry about where it started, but I mean the fact that it's, you know, evolving and changing and becoming more deadly and less transferable or whatever the word is. I mean, it's always changing. I mean, it has a form when you look at it in a minute snapshot, but then like it doesn't, like 10 seconds later, it's changed it again. I mean, kind of like, I don't know what to call it, but that's what I mean. When you like think about, remember I said that thing about how pictures are unnatural? Because it's just, you know, a human doesn't look like a picture. Picture is just one, like, you know, tiny freaking second of a person, and it's not moving. And then if you look at a person's face, it's so much different because the eyes are blinking and, you know, their mouth's moving and they're breathing, whatever the fuck else. I don't know where I got from that, but I'm just kind of, what's rolling up on the projector, I'm starting reading it off. I'm not trying to, write this one off or anything. I'm just, what's coming up in my head when I think about what you said.
I'm thinking I don't think you understood. Well,
like I said before,
go ahead. Us talking like,
yeah,
we're both speaking the English language, for example.
Yep.
And we're conversing in a style that's, you could consider the style of like a Western and what I'm trying to get at essentially is that the only reason we're able to communicate effectively is because we have similar foundations.
But not the same.
I don't know. I would say a few core things are actually identical.
Like what?
Like a few of the concepts that we both individually adhere to in our speech. We give each other turns to talk, for example, which is there's only one way to give another person a turn to talk. You wouldn't say that we both that is identical for the both of us.
Give to take.
So wouldn't you say that concept? Do you think it shouldn't be in everyone?
I don't think there's a should. I don't want to really force anyone to be.
Don't think there's a should.
Actually, that's wrong, because I think everyone should turn on their turn signals when they're fucking driving the car and shit, because that pisses me the fuck off, and it could kill somebody. But
so you think there's a should?
Yeah, that depends.
Just depends.
But if people didn't use their blinkers, then, you know, the ambulances would go out of business, and so would the tow trucks, and the police officers, and the morticians. I mean, it all works out. But
you don't think? No, continue.
But like, and if they didn't exist, something else would exist. Do you know what I mean?
I feel like what you've reached is a state of acceptance of reality in spite of its flaws.
Maybe. I mean, that's what I mean when I said I don't think about these deep philosophical fucking things. Not that they're bad to think about. I'm driving, some asshole didn't turn on the blinker, fuck them. And then I keep driving, and then I don't think about it. But it'd be nice if they did.
It'll be nice if they did.
Yeah, but they don't. So I'll just learn to adjust to how it is. I'll drive further back. I'll drive the speed limit. I'll pay attention to that's like the main thing I do. One thing I don't like about tinted windows. Are you allowed to have tinted windows where you are in the front?
Yeah, we do.
I do not like tinted windows at all because I can't see what the other person is thinking when they're driving. Like if you can look at another driver, you see where they're looking. You see if they're looking at their phone or if they're fiddling with the radio or they're reaching back because there's a dog or a kid back there, or you see if they're looking around and looking at their phone. So they're obviously like an Uber driver or they're in a new place, so you know how to react because you know they're going to do something unpredictable. And so that way you can adjust. But like also when I was in Texas, everyone has tinted windows. You know why?
Why?
Because it's so hot down there, your seats would melt.
Ah.
So they need the tinted windows to protect their seats. So it's not. And so I'm sure people like it because of privacy, but they also like it because of a practicality. So you don't have to sit. They don't have unlimited shade down there. But I got off track there. I went off the road.
I think.
Go ahead.
I guess this observation is something we can end this session on.
Why? Because you want to go look at the stars with Casey?
Exactly.
I'm sorry, I couldn't answer in a suitable way.
No, I think instead of an answer, what I've gotten is like you've revealed something about your personality, which is good, which is that you would rather change yourself and do what you're able to do than try and convince anyone else to change to a...
Well, yeah. Isn't that the thing? You know, you can't change other people.
That's true, but I would say that a standard is actually, even if you can't individually change other people, a higher standard is necessary in order for everyone to know what they're kind of...
Yeah, I guess. And then monkey see, monkey do kicks in. What I mean?
But the higher standard is always necessary.
Well, yeah, I mean, the hierarchy, I guess.
Thank you very much, Snurple.
Yeah, anything for you. Well, not anything, but you can get me. What's that? One of those sausage things you're talking about made out of pork brains, but they're not made out of.
Savolo. You want a savolo?
Yeah, I want to try that, and I just want to, get my fish and chippies and whatever else. I don't know what other things, but that'd be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you edit this and it comes out nice and good, and you can go enjoy third wheeling.
Yeah.
Just good for Casey. Yeah, my man. Good for him. When did that happen?